Yes. Motion.
But no, because it can't have to be signed.
I know, but I couldn't hear it on the.
Red Soul. Let's start. It's 7:01. Thursday, June 25th, 2026. I'm going to call this planning board meeting to order. Good evening, everybody. Tonight, I think the first thing on the agenda, just to let everybody know, is that Amazon is no longer on the agenda. So we've got one off, Kevin. Okay. I'm not sure why they're off the agenda, but they're not off of it.
We haven't received it yet.
Oh, okay. Show me the money. Okay. And did everybody get a copy of the last minutes?
Yes.
Sounds like there's just one question to clarify that we didn't capture it.
Yes, I wasn't able to hear it also on the tape and I didn't write it, but it was the zone change. I'm sorry, is it the zone change? That Nate made the motion. Do we know who seconded it? Or is anyone here, person who seconded it?
Yeah, if you give me 1 second.
It does have me as motioning to close the meeting.
Oh,
I didn't either. I highlighted that too, I thought. Cause I was like, no, Kevin
I
didn't.
specifically set up on strike.
Yeah, he said, I think Cass actually.
Bill, second the zone change I have written down.
thank you. Okay, so and there were a couple of other typos that were found and have been corrected. That Jenny found, and we're also gonna correct that who made that motion to adjourn?
Your typos were.
Yep.
Just grammar stuff, yeah.
Yeah, and then I highlighted that we didn't have that second one, that mention.
And that was Bill Maxwell. Okay,
Okay. All right, no other comments on the minutes? Do I have a motion to accept the minutes? Randy, second Jenny, all in favor? Unanimous, beautiful. We did not have any work session meetings this last week. Tuesday, are we anticipating any?
Not yet.
Not yet.
Do we have to? This voting.
Oh, yeah, so tonight, I'm chairing tonight and Nate's, but Sarah's also sitting in tonight as a voting member. Officially. So let's jump right in. I think the first applicant is Saab. Is there anybody from Saab here tonight? Very good.
Good evening, folks. James Dam from QBK. I'm here on behalf of Saab. So during last week's meeting, or last meeting, sorry, 2 weeks ago, we had presented change in the site work based on some conditions that came up during construction and some modifications that the client wanted to make just based on getting a better understanding of how they're going to use the space moving forward. As part of that, two of the comments that we received were one, to add back in the clear notation for the time frame that the parking lot and site lightings would be on and off. That has been put back into its previous location. There was a change with the electrical engineer and he thought that wasn't, he tried to put it somewhere else. We told him to put it back where it was before. And then the cut sheets for the lights were resubmitted. Those weren't submitted as part of the last. There was no change to the site lighting fixtures that had been previously approved last year. We had just resubmitted it at the request.
Okay. To my knowledge, everything is in order, and I think we're good for final tonight. Unless there's any questions or comments for. Are all the documents dated May 27th, 2026?
They were dated. The construction documents had not been, they were revised, but they had not received an updated date on the title block. These were the original construction documents from the time of their conception. So we were revising as part of this session. But these were the original documents. So that's, if there was a requirement to update this title block, that's fully on me. I just think it's most important that they match the resolution, right?
So we typically have gone by the last revision date.
Oh, there it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
all right, so
So that's more on me. I thought the way
But you got a revision by.
Yeah.
They all say 5/28.
They all say that?
they should, yes.
Okay. Alright, so we're off by 1 day. Okay. Anything else from?
Oh, no, actually.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Well, no, so supposed to approve for the amendment last dated May 27, 2026.
I think it was 20, is that a 26 or a 20?
That says 28 of 2026. The original documents were published in 2025 in August as part of our.
So it's just the 28, that's the only thing.
25
you have
is the
to
original
change.
date.
And then
And
revised.
the revised
Okay.
is. Okay. Then I'm going to read a resolution. So tonight's a motion to approve the plan amendment of the original drawings dated 8/28/2025 with updated drawings dated 5/28/2026 by QPK Design and consisting of the plans L001, LD101, L101, E101, E305, E306, E308, E309, E500, E501, and being site plan modifications with the following findings and conditions. This board has reviewed the SEAF of the applicant dated 5/26/2026. Is that date right?
Is that right?
That was the date that EAF would have been.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yeah.
And grants a negative secret declaration for this unlisted action. This action is exempt from the OCPB review. This approval is a modification to the site plan approval of this board dated. I already said this,
That's the best proof.
Oh, that was what the original approval date.
8/28,
Yeah.
8/28.
No,
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 that's fine.
No,
that's the approval date, not the
That's
date.
It's not
We
the
approved
drawings,
it
it's the.
way back.
That's right.
Yeah.
September 25th, 2025, and except as specifically modified herein, the approval dated 9/25/2025 is in full force and effect, including any findings and conditions therein. The applicant remains responsible for obtaining any building permits or other permits from the town or regulatory agencies as may be required for the improvements and or site plan work approved in the site plan. Do I have a motion? Kevin? Penny, all in favor? Unanimous. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
What time?
Just quick question. So going forward, I was under the impression that it would reopen the previous project, but Eric informed me that it starts a new project. Should title block dates be updated outside of the revision if I ever?
No, I think they're
go
fine.
on? Okay, cool. Thank you very much. James, have a good one. Too.
Okay, next up is Residence Inn. Anybody here?
Yep. Hi, this is Julie Tittle from Massachusetts Architects.
Hello. So,
What was your last name?
Tittle.
so my understanding is that this is essentially a reapproval because the permit was not pulled within 6 months. But there is no substantive change to the original approval. Can you confirm that, Julie?
Correct, yes.
Okay, so this one's pretty straightforward. Unless there's any questions on that. And you guys are all set too?
Yes.
Then I'm going to read resolution. So this is a reapproval of a site plan approval dated 10/23/2025 because the approval expired due to the applicant not pulling a permit within 6 months of approval. The board has reviewed the SEAF of the applicant dated September 9, 2025 and grants a negative secret declaration for this unlisted action. This action is exempt from OCPB review. All conditions and findings of the 10/23/2025 approval are confirmed and are part of this approval. The applicant remains responsible for obtaining any building permits or other permits from the town or regulatory agencies as may be required for the improvements and or site plan work approved in this site plan approval. Do I have a motion? I'll motion it. Jenny, all in favor? Unanimous. You're good to go to pull your permit.
Thank you.
Yes. Okay, next up is concept presentation. Although I think we're interested in advancing this, but sparked by Hilton. Hello, could you just introduce yourself and give us just give a review of what your project is.
So I'm Ronnie Cassis, I'm from Cassis Signs. We're working with National Sign Company Persona for the Spark by Hilton. We're changing over it from, it's another hotel, so pretty much we're removing all of the old signage, replacing it with new Spark by Hilton. When we applied for the permit, we found that the monument sign wasn't compliant, so we're just changing it to be compliant to code. So just updating it and making it smaller and compliant to what you guys allow. So that's the main issue. Everything else is to code and is approved under a normal sign permit.
So you've got a monument sign that you're modifying, lowering it to be in compliance.
Yep.
What are the other signs?
Just a building panel with channel letters on the side elevation. And then a wall plaque right by the front door that's not illuminated.
And this does front on two roads. So both of these signs are the only sign on that elevation. And then there's the monument. So there's the plaque right by the entrance on this facade.
Which is
Sign 4, right, Anya?
Yep, it's kind of pushed out because the entrance is under the canopy, so it kind of looks like it's in the middle of the building, but
Yep.
it's just under the canopy.
And then the channel letters are on
Yep, that side elevation, Casey Baptist.
removing the channel letters that are on the
Yep.
canopy and not
Yep.
replacing those.
Yeah, just removing, patching the holes, painting, so.
is there any an elevation of what the black sign is?
It's that last page.
Yeah.
Just the last page?
It's just really small in there, so you can't, it's hard to see, but it's
Oh,
right
that-
next to the
there,
front door,
okay.
yeah.
Okay. We briefly talked about this on Tuesday. It's a fairly straightforward application. So there is a draft resolution tonight that I think we can process, but are there any questions? These are all set too. I think we take this all the way, get it off the docket.
I agree.
Okay. So a motion to approve the sign plans received on June 1st, 2026 by Personal Triangle, consisting of 4 sheets with the following findings and conditions. I'm sorry. Let me read the corrected version. Motion to approve the sign plans last revised June 23rd, 2026 by Personal Triangle, consisting of 4 sheets with the following findings and conditions. This board has reviewed the SEAF for the applicant dated 5/1/2026 and grants a negative secret declaration for this unlisted action. This action is exempt from OCPB review. This approval relates to the signage shown on the plan only, being a modification to an existing sign located in the same location as an existing sign, and 1 new set of 36 square foot channel letters on the south facade and a 3.3 square foot plaque by the main entrance on the east facade. Except for this signage, any existing site plan approvals for the project otherwise remain in full force and effect and are unmodified. Applicant remains responsible for obtaining any building permits or other permits from the town or regulatory agencies as may be required for the improvements and or site plan work approved in this site plan approval. Do I have a motion?
One correction, there are actually 5 pages now. It came in first without the plaque, now the plaque is the 5th page.
And I would just make it signs instead of sign in your approval. Being a modification to existing signs located in the same location.
Okay,
Well, the other 2 aren't existing. They're modifying the one existing sign,
thought the
the
one
other
on
2
top.
are.
One up top, they're removing one like on the
Yeah.
canopy, and then putting one up on the building.
Oh, okay. I thought there was one there before too. 'Cause there were two elevations down number 3.
So that was being
Removal.
removed.
Yeah,
And that's on the same side of the building.
but isn't it there, but it's replacing the one that was there, wasn't it, or is that just a dimension?
It's just a dimension. on the
Oh,
left,
okay.
yeah.
Yeah.
So modification to the monument sign. And then 2 new signs.
I'm motioning. Vote yes. Second. Sarah, all in favor? Unanimous.
Thank you so much.
Very good.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you. Okay, and last up, tonight is a concept presentation for Mojo Development.
Hello,
Hi,
Alex Samurai with Keplinger Freeman Associates.
thank you. Yeah, if you could, just give the board a presentation of what the proposed scope is, 10 minutes or so.
Yeah, but I could only have 2, but so they're proposing a 60 by 120 foot storage building with a 24-foot wide driveway that enters off Pheasant Road, additional fencing and a gate over that drive, and a storm facility that's shown on the plans. It's across the street from the existing, you can go to the site plan. This is where the existing Mojo's Landscaping is. It'll be here next to this outdoor storage that is existing. And part of our request is for a referral to the Zoning Board of Appeals for an area variance on the front yard. The site both is on Pheasant Road as well as 481 back there, and so it has 2 front yards. We are complying with one, but the building ends up being about 31 feet off of this property line, so we're hoping to request that. Otherwise, we should be in compliance. In all other aspects, I know there was some previous conversation about accessory structures, but I think that was resolved in a planning meeting, perhaps not. But we're hoping to ensure that you agree and we know what variances we'd be asking for if you refer us. And then come back to you guys and continue site plan approval, getting the storm calculations and information you need for that storm facility, and otherwise addressing.
How's what the building would be used for?
Perhaps a storage facility, just cold storage.
So it's accessory to the existing building?
Yes.
Cold storage, not refrigeration, you're just saying.
Not heated
Yeah.
yet, not running.
For vehicles or?
Vehicles, equipment. Attachments for equipment.
So our code requires that accessory structures are behind the primary structure. Can't be more, has to be behind the rear line of the.
So with a split lot like this, how would you determine that though? Because is that in the front yard when these are split and this is the road?
Does that mean that
But I mean,
this road is an easement through the?
I guess that's what I mean. It's like,
It is all one
Divided.
tax parcel.
right, it's all one, yeah, it's all one tax parcel, but I don't.
So the property lines that are shown here bisecting, that's not accurate.
There should be like a hook or something. Showing the.
What do you
The-
refer to?
The north-south lines that representing the property line between the upper portion and the lower portion.
The horizontal.
Yeah.
That is Pheasant Road that cuts right.
Yeah, this is Pheasant Road right there.
Go down, so you get your
Survey
property.
shows a hook. Survey.
If you go down,
Yeah, so when I look at that right there, that looks like it's 2 lots, but you're saying it's 1 lot.
it is considered one lot, but Pheasant Road is running through it. It's a split lot.
Not a 10.
Yes.
Yeah, the lot was there before the road was, just what happens, and then it gets split.
I guess, but to that point, like this lot is split and has buildings on both sides of the road, and that's owned by the same person, so. Why wouldn't a storage building on our opposite side be allowed?
I don't
I
know how
believe
that other
it.
building was built. But I can tell you what it was.
So. We're gonna have to make a determination about the, I believe that our code reads, that the accessory structure must be behind, so it's not a variable issue, it's a.
But I guess,
So you can never build on the other lot.
right, you would never be able to
You can
build
never
on
build
it,
on the
and
other side of
there's
the road.
precedent next door that there's a building across the street.
We decide and that's what you're on.
So,
So then,
But we don't know if that building was there prior to the.
I'm not sure that there's the same lot with two buildings on both sides of the street.
That's an imaginary, that doesn't exist.
but we're gonna,
Super pertinent,
we'll look
but
at that, I understand it. We're not gonna make a recommendation tonight, and we're listening to it as concept, and we're gonna
Yeah.
look into some of these. It is unusual, and we'll have to look into it.
So what is all that storage that's currently over there? Is it fenced or?
Yeah, it's fenced and there's material and equipment and otherwise associated storage.
I don't wanna belabor this.
Oh, no,
but
yes,
it looks,
yeah.
this is the same lot, this is actually separate.
Okay.
So I will just say, I wasn't here in 2015, in the last iteration of this went around, but I did spend a bit of time going back through the files to try to piece together what happened. And I understand that came back in 2020 for approval for the landscaping that might not have went in 2016. I believe our code officer has gone out there and issued the CO. So I think he's checked that the landscaping has been done.
yes.
I have some concerns with this second curb cut. It doesn't really look to be approved ever. I see that it's on the survey as a crushed stone driveway. And in the 2015 era, it looked like this curb cut was not proposed and you were gonna use this one, you come around. Both of these were gonna be asphalt with granite curb. When the plan came back in 2020, this was no longer represented as asphalt and granite curb. But I'm not sure that this driveway was ever really approved as part of the site plan. The gate that's there. There were a couple other minor things like the curbs. Maybe not being completed. Yeah,
Because can we take them one at a time?
let's.
Okay. So the entry drive, this one that is not, it's not on any approved plans, let's talk about that one.
And one of the things we were asking for
Yeah.
when this one came in was to show
Mhm.
all of that, but it's not shown on this. I believe it's over here.
Yeah, the site plan
Actually,
to show the entirety of the parcel.
Third page has the entire parcel on it. But,
But yeah, with
More
like
detail.
drawn out of what's actually,
Okay.
because we're trying to make sense of what
okay,
was approved and what's not.
I mean, that's typically part of a site survey, right?
yeah, it should be shown on the site
Yes.
survey that was submitted. If it's not, we will go back to the surveyor. We were trying to get all those details placed on it, and it should be, there's that one. Dirt drive. Perhaps that needs to show a little bit more, but that,
So, all right, so let's talk about that drive again. I know we're trying to run through it, but I'd like to get it, so we can have a work session and maybe to figure out what's going on here. So that first driveway was not approved, so now you'll be looking for approval
Sorry, this one we're talking, you mean one right here?
Correct.
Okay, I just for counting, which way you're
I
going.
don't know when it went in, but it's not on any of the plans that were approved, so. Now, we have to talk about approving it, and will it be approved exactly like it is? Does it need any other kind of improvements?
What do you use that driveway for?
It's the entry to that side of the road. The highway department gave us the pipe. Put into that. That was back in probably 2006. That is the only way to get onto that side of the property without crossing the septic.
You're talking about because there's a culvert there?
There's a big ditch right there. That's probably 6 feet deep and 15 feet wide.
What are all the,
property?
what are all the things right there in the drive? Like, what's that? What are you doing?
That's cleaned up. That's an old picture. There's absolutely nothing over there except for a gravel driveway right now.
So what are you doing on that? part of
On that side of the property, there are honeybees. And access back into the woods when the property is logged by a forester.
Was the logging ever discussed here during site plan? Because tree clearing requires site plan and a permit from the town. And also probably a DEC permit because your whole site is a wet.
All of that was filed with the forester. When he did his work, it was a certified forester. Prior to doing anything with the new building, it was logged back in 2013, I believe.
So I saw a DEC permit issued in 2016. It allowed for certain activities in the adjacent area, the 100-foot buffer of the wetlands. That permit, from what I saw, expired in 2018.
Yep, logging was done long before that. It's all done, yes.
Yeah, that's all complete. It's done. It's not ongoing.
Not logging.
It's
it?
not ongoing. No, it's not ongoing.
So the firewood that's out front is not,
Firewood, I buy loads of logs,
So the driveway is just for
access onto that side.
or
Otherwise, honeybees and beekeeping and things like
not logging.
at the current time, no.
Okay, so that's something we'll talk about putting, in the resolution, it's not happening, but. If it would need to happen, it would need the
Permitting.
permits on the DEC and so forth. Okay, so that's good, so all right, that's one driveway, what's next?
So area across the road where you want the building, the last plans that we can see that look like they were approved show most of the area is the compost area, so we're not sure that most of this was ever approved. I think there were some storage bins approved and
so this is the 2020 plan that was approved to amend the landscaping on the site. Yeah, it shows compost area. And I did see when the approved plan from the Onondaga County Department of Health, there was a septic expansion area over here where the current stormwater facility is proposed on the latest plan.
Okay, we'll check that. I thought we had moved it for that, but we'll ensure it's not overlapping with the septic extension.
I think we'd like something in writing from county health. Showing where it is on the plan and something from them approving the change.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then showing detail of what you would like to do out here under the current. But right now, it looks like it just has existing.
Are you referring to? I can't see.
Over,
The parcel across the street. I think the board just wants some more detail on what's actually. So it looks like it has existing wood storage. Existing gravel,
just the gravel
stone,
area.
rock storage.
I think it
correct
would
me if
show
I'm
the
wrong, but
whole,
I think there was significant discussion on organizing.
and I think it would show the whole area again and show what's truly there, because that original plan, I don't think showed that it was gravelled or paved the entire way.
So we'll paving on that side.
I can't tell. Yeah, so whatever it is, just note it, but on the original drawing, it was a compost pile, so I don't think it was gravel under the compost.
On your current proposal, is this, I think note 6 was seeded lawn?
Just returning.
Okay. So you're looking to build building, have the storm water, keep
Yeah.
all of your,
Yeah, keep that. We're pulling the fence back. So this one took perhaps about here, pulling it back.
Are the dash line,
The existing fence would stay.
Yeah, I
It'll go
Well, I was gonna say the existing.
Driveway back to the building.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, no, we're not proposing any more fencing. There's the existing, there's a gate to keep the visual screening that the site already has.
But are there street trees?
There along,
The trees that are there are plywood. Size plywood.
there's this ones, yeah.
The previous one, yeah.
Yeah.
you zoom in right there, Eric. Okay, thank you. It is, probably heard something.
The heavy dash line.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, it's into the front yard setback, right, although I don't understand it. Setback.
Well. I'll research it.
Yeah.
It's not public water or a well. We saw a well on it, and it said.
so I do agree that the trees are mostly compliant. I do see this one. It looks like it's proposed directly over that driveway. That stone driveway. So I'm not sure that one really is in. But I think substantial amount of the other street trees are.
I mean, at this phase, you know, there are, you know, it looks like this could be a substantial site modification if that needs to be modified. I leave that to the board to discuss, consider.
But this is the previous.
I understand.
Right, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, so the level of detail here that's showing how the site's organized, where things are, both the storage area and then around, like, I would wanna see that level of detail in this application, because that would be part of it would be memorialized moving forward. And if it changes, we would need to see it.
This was memorialized, it's not currently used. in this
Right.
Fashion.
You know,
What does that line call out that tree is on where the driveway is now, Eric?
Crushed stone driveway. So this looks like the layer that was taken from the survey underneath it.
Oh, so maybe it stayed. Never took it out.
So this was the
I
2016
mean,
one.
it shows the curb cut right there for it.
This is the construction entrance.
The construction entrance for both sides.
But then in the site plan, it shows it not being there anymore, I think. Yeah. So that was existing, and then the final one shows trees there. No drive. See how it's in gray?
Yeah.
Driveways,
Yep.
yeah.
So again, this was the 2016 one. It looked like at some point this was proposed as asphalt with granite curb. But then when it came in for the 2021, it's no longer shown as that. This was the one that was approved. And that appears to be how it exists today. However, there is another curb cut here that doesn't seem. So I think to Doug's point, the board would just like some more detail on the way you're storing things. And showing the entire upper parcel of that one and the rest of the site.
I assume we're gonna want to see some sort of drainage plan.
Yeah, we absolutely plan to do that. We just, before, if we're not gonna receive referral for for the variance, I don't know why we put the time and money.
Right, for trying to get
Storm, just trying to make it, we wanna do that, we will do all those things, but just wanna make sure you're okay with this before, and we know that the variance is possible before we can put the time and resources into completing a site plan application to the full extent you need for approval.
Is there already an application to ZBA?
No, we were gonna talk to you guys tonight.
Okay.
Get that going.
We still need to determine variances are required.
Right, so is there anything that you think should be shown or you don't understand about this site plan before we would get into a recommendation for a variance? And also, if there were a recommendation, would it have any condition, like recommended condition from this board, like, well, if you're gonna have the building there, then you gotta do X, to make it palatable? I'm not thinking of anything specific.
Seems a little premature at this point, because
Yeah.
I don't quite understand the location of this in the quote front yard, that zoning or.
In what respect?
It's not allowed.
Well, I'm at 192-98, right?
Yeah.
The first section. Only question is that variable, so I'll let you know.
Okay, that's what I mean. That's what.
Yeah. And then we have a work session, and we would talk to you about finishes and overall look and all the other things that pop up in the conversation.
The finishes on the building would be exact as the other two buildings across the street. So everything would be uniform between them.
You proposing any lighting or signage on the new building?
Signage, correct? You do want to sign? Okay, yeah, just signage.
Where?
Facing which way?
This way, right? You're going facing Pheasant Road?
South or north end.
Okay.
South or okay.
So would you want to post 481?
The
Oh, the cable, okay.
Probably.
So signage wouldn't be allowed facing the highway.
I think they were saying on.
No, it's much shorter.
Closest to the right.
Yeah.
Yeah, short end.
So would see the signage. Where would it be
Because you're
visible?
driving
That's not-
this
that's-
way, you'd see it. On Pheasant, you'd see it.
So you would also see.
Yeah, I don't think it's
Face,
supposed to be building, but.
But even, it's not on the street facade. So you're
Only
allowed
be allowed on Pheasant Road.
one attached sign per street facade.
Where you have access. But I don't think a sign would be allowed on
Yeah.
accessory, but we're gonna have to.
Okay.
Make a determination about that as well.
How about just parking for this facility and any staff you might have? What's the parking?
So,
There's the parking is across the street.
yeah, I was gonna say,
22 spots across the street.
it's not,
If we had to put 4 or 6 in the driveway, off Pheasant, we would do that. for the parking.
I don't know that you even, just with how, there's no anticipated increase in parking in the way that parking zoning operates and the way we interpret it. I think the existing parking is for their use sufficient and also by code sufficient.
We have a total of 7 employees.
Because it's
We have
the,
more vehicles than employees.
yeah, warehouse parking is by employee count and their employee count is not increasing with the accessory building.
So will the things that are gonna be stored in there, the vehicles and whatever else, are those things that are currently stored outside on the site, or so you're gonna?
Yes, so
So the outside storage would change?
It'd be pulling it in from the fenced in area.
Just for the site plan, we just wanna see exactly what the site's gonna look like if that's changing
if
also.
your storage changes,
Well, I guess when we say that, I guess I don't understand, because we have building, fencing, and all the physical site features shown that you would need to know that we're proposing. I don't know what else we would be adding. You want trucks drawn on there?
Generally with outdoor storage, we like to see it organized and, like in specific areas that are noted as outdoor storage, not just stuff everywhere.
Yeah, I guess we attempted with that to put those labels. We can put it over an aerial, but it's all inside the fenced in area. Nothing's outside and visible from the road.
I think
Very
you just need to
visible
show
from
it.
481.
Show it on the plans.
Okay.
Can I ask a question about what is visible from 481? Cause I don't fully understand, even though we've talked about this, there's like a berm on that side.
Yeah.
But it was only recently planted, or, cause I feel like we looked at it from 481 and you can kind of see everything.
You can definitely see 481's elevated, so there's fencing on that back end. You just ends up getting, so you can see, so
Okay, so but that's a berm that's
back in here, yes.
okay.
For that.
And then was the idea to plant that with like larger trees to screen that, or is the,
Not, I mean, that wasn't
Fencing's
part,
that new or not fully grown?
or is it just not, that's not the plan here?
that wasn't the plan. No,
Okay.
we didn't have proposed plans to put along the berm.
Are all the plants, all
Plants
the
that
trees?
are right
Yeah.
towards dogwoods that were on
Right.
the previous plan that were signed off during the landscape inspection. There were 700 of them planted
Oh, okay, and
on that entire berm.
but they're. Am I looking at them right now?
No, that's an older picture.
Okay,
So you're saying
May
there's trees there now,
2023?
how
they are
tall
there
are
now,
they?
just not in this image.
Yes, image looks
Yeah.
like it's like 3 years.
It is, it's
Okay.
3 years.
Yeah, I'm just asking because
Yeah.
I truly
Yeah.
don't know and haven't driven past this since we talked about it.
Is that sign still at the now hiring sign?
Oh, and back here.
I don't know, I can't remember. I can look.
If it is, that needs to be removed. There's no signage allowed facing 481.
Okay, so currently there's 700 dogwoods on top of a berm and
Yes.
that's like.
On top of a berm or no?
Yes, on the berm, on the existing berm, yeah.
And they're doing well and doing a good job of screening things. They look,
Couldn't tell you, I haven't been looking
Okay.
at the berm in a while.
I guess I'm kind of just asking from a site planning perspective, like if the idea is to kind of screen the storage area, maybe it's already being screened because you've already planted a berm and that's happening and we don't need to worry about it, but it seems like nobody really
That's
knows.
from the previous site plan. It's on.
It sounds like it's a two-part question. Is it in compliance with the original plan that showed the plantings? And now I think the question for us is it doing its job? Do
Yeah,
we need to supplement it
Yeah.
to achieve the same ends?
and did you even intend to do that, which you did, you said.
We did fine.
So I think we just, for me, I would like to just drive as slowly as possible up where you want to have a look and see what's going on.
Well, go on the other side of the road, you'll go slow. Just.
This is the original plan.
Yeah.
This is the 2020 that has the revised landscaping that has been approved. And signed off on inside of the codes officer. Does show the berm, the dogwoods.
Some trees over there.
Yeah.
What are those trees, just curious, what are those?
What's number 3, Eric?
What's AG? Can you go to the planting schedule? Should be the top. Oh, gotta go this way, sorry. It's been so long. It is service berries. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, and river birch, somewhere.
River birch are on. That's
They're right here on the front of in front of the fencing on that side of the road.
What's the height of the building?
It would be 20, I have it right here, 20, 30. 32 feet, yeah, round it up, it's 31.
Have them
it's-
each.
So,
No, of the current, yes, we could go, sorry.
No, I think he meant
Well,
the
I
proposed.
I heard,
32.
I said current, but I meant.
Two buildings would be like south on west side. But
So the height setback is basically 1 to 1 from the property line. You're allowed 1 foot vertical for every foot horizontal. I think you're set, we're 31 feet from the
30,
property.
oh, 31, yeah.
So
So is that, or, so actually, I do have a question. I saw when this was put on the agenda, perhaps it was industrial on your zoning map, it's high tech. And I didn't read the industrial, so I don't know, but it didn't show a requirement for height.
yeah, that
Yeah,
was
it was high tech.
our mistake. It is high tech.
Okay, yeah, so I did it by high tech and I don't believe it's a require.
I think it starts off with that. It says there's no height limit except that structure can't exceed a plane of 1 to 1. But my point is, I think you're still good
Okay,
because you're 31 feet from the
And you're only.
footprint of the building and the peak is not 31. So by the time you're still within the one.
which I suppose this adds on to the confusion that's been expressed about front yards, that if it's off of that, it is off a property line, but is that a property line? Is that the front yard? And it doesn't sound like there's an issue, but it seems like there's a lot of things stemming this split lot that perhaps would be helpful
Yeah.
to make a decision on so that we know how.
Yeah, that's why I think, like, we got a lot of information tonight, but a work session after we do some digging will be helpful.
Yeah, the road running through it makes it confusing with distance from the property line, right? For sure.
3 front yards as parcel are.
it's all one parcel.
It is, but with the road, how you determine what's.
But my point being, I don't think you need a height variance.
Yeah, no, I wasn't trying to disagree with you about that, just to the point of.
Yep.
Okay. Got some homework.
So you mentioned work session, so how does that proceed?
But
Maybe
right
not
now,
exact
we're
schedule.
gonna look at, we're gonna relook at these plans. This is the first time we, most of the board has looked at this. And look at the question that's been presented about the front yard. Just kind of go through the other plans. See what else we need on this plan. Maybe that was on the other plan, so we have a complete. everything.
Yeah, and one thing, well, I'm thinking about who's we're doing that. Two, like you said, making sure we're showing all the drives and the items you'd like to see we have missing. Should you, however the interpretation is, should you make the recommendation to VA, what level things need to be for that to then come, because we're gonna come back to you hopefully and.
Right, oh no, that's,
So
yeah,
what
that's what we're gonna try to.
Okay.
I'll try to meet with the staff.
Okay, so that's great.
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you, have a nice night.
Okay.
This one is.
Looking for a motion.
He's back.
Get that.
Kevin is second. Jenny, all in favor? We're adjourned. Good night.
Yeah, somewhere to go. Hot date. I think it started, right? Oh, it starts at
We have,
9 minutes. Soccer game?
Yeah. Starts at 9.
Yeah, soccer game.
10.
You have the